When your listing goes live, there's a lot of things to juggle. One of them is the photographer. So what I want to show you today is how we can eliminate the time and the money spent on a professional photographer to go out to the home, and how you can do it with your phone and AI to enhance those images. So we're going to cover how to enhance the photos so they look like they're professionally done, make variations of the photos so you can show them at Twilight, as well as create some content and flyers with the images that we edited. This is a board that I've set up for editing these photos. So I'm gonna go through each one of these things and just show you how this works. We have a prompt studio, which helps you enhance your prompt. So if I said I wanted to create professional images, I could put in a very short sentence here, click on concise, tone, casual, outputs, paragraph, and then I can click generate prompt, and it gives me a highly detailed prompt that gives me a much better output. And I'll show you the variations from just a simple prompt that does an okay job versus something that a prompt engineer would use to where it actually produces the image that you want on the first try. This is a persona module. So I just go into my personas and I click on the one that I want, or I can create a new one and say, hey, I want you to be a graphic designer. Again, this is helpful if you use the prompt studio because you get a much better prompt for the persona. And what it does is basically set the guidelines for what this chat is going to be talking about. So once you connect it, this chat now has information to all of this graphic designer, luxury real estate professional, photo specialist. So you're not having to write the same prompt over and over again. You're creating a workflow with this board that allows you to edit all of your listing photos every time you get a new listing. This enhanced prompt, so this is just a context module. It just houses text. So I wanted you guys to see the prompt that I used from the prompt studio. And then here's just an image that we took from the outside of a house. Now that we have the outline done, I want to show you how this works from scratch. So this is a chat module that I was working in. This is the photo it generated, and we'll get to it before and after later. But what I want to show you is that it can do this on the first try. So I'm going to connect my image. I'm going to connect my persona. And then I'm going to take this prompt. I'm going to paste it into the chat element. And I'm going to click image generation. And then we're just going to send this away and see what we get back for a result. As this is generating, you guys can use interior photos as well, backyard photos, whatever you want. However many photos you have to edit, you can do. I'm just going to show you one example and walk you through this, and then you can replicate this process for when you are editing other photos that you took with your phone. Okay, so now the image is generated. I'm going to pull this one out and compare it to the one I did in my prior chat, and the one that has the poor prompt. So down here, let me blow this up so we can all see it. So this was the image we used before. We have the original prompt, which was just, hey, will you enhance this photo with blue sky and green grass, which I did a good job. But I want lights and I want glowing. I want the house to be the main focus. So with that enhanced prompt, we have two variations here. One with the original chat that I set this project up with, and then one with this new chat right here that I wanted to show you from scratch. And both of these look great. So we have the lights on inside. The house is the main focus. We have shadows on both of the houses to the left and right, which brings pop to the middle. So in about 30 seconds, we took an old photo and created a professional photo that looks like a photographer shot it. The next step is creating variations of this, right? So I took our new photo and popped it in here with the same prompt studio. And I'm, again, showing you guys the prompt that I'm using for this. And here is the old chat that I used to set this up with. I'm going to bring in a new chat, and we're going to do this again on the first try. So we have a clean slate. I will connect this image here. I'm going to take this prompt and paste it, and then again, click the image generation, and we'll get a Twilight version of this. So we have a little bit of variation on our posts. Okay, so we have the new version here. I'm going to pull this image out again and show you guys the before and after of the original prompts and the enhanced prompt. So here's the one that we edited in step 1. This was with an original prompt. Our enhanced prompt on this variation was pretty cool because it actually looked like fresh rain came down. So we have a reflection in the driveway. And again, this house pops because it's the focus with the yellow light that's in the center. And this photo, same thing. It did great. It doesn't have the little splash of reflection in the driveway. But nonetheless, we are getting a much brighter, more vibrant photo that looks like it's 4K HDR versus, you know, the lighting here on the brick, which is pretty muted. Okay, now we're going to take the images that we've created as well as some interior photos and create a flyer. So I'm going to go down to step 3 and just show you guys real quick how I did this. So this over here is our end result. And I'm going to just quickly show you, walk you through exactly what I did. I went on Google and I said open house flyer examples, and I just took one of the images from Google and drag and dropped it in here. And I connected it to the chat. And I said, hey, I want you to take a look at this example flyer, understand the design, get to know what a good flyer looks like, and then we'll get started. So up here it ingested the key observations of the copy, the property features, the visual hierarchy, and then I connected my headshot and a few photos of the homes. So again, all you do is connect this like that, and then it'll have the images. So then down here, I said something as simple as please use the example flyer as the design and just input the new images where the placeholders are. So we have the same style of flyer with our images uploaded here, as well as these 3 dots are this image, and this image. And then down at the bottom, I just told to make up information. So if we take a look at this open house flyer, we have property features, 4 bedrooms, everything's spaced nicely. This was Nano Banana that created this. And then down here, if you wanted to make this truly a flyer, you would add, your email, maybe your phone number. You would make the font smaller, but that adjustment would be as easy as saying at the bottom where the agent's information is, add my email and make the font smaller. And that is essentially how you create a workflow, starting with a basic image that you took of the home, connecting it to this workflow that you created so you can reuse this every single time you get a new listing. Every time that you want to make new social media content, you're just adding examples like I did with the open house flyer, whether it is an Instagram post or a LinkedIn post. It will copy the design with the attached elements, and then you'll get your final product. And it's as easy as breaking it down into these 3 steps. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any other tutorials you want me to cover, leave a comment below and I will get around to getting them done.